Hello, everyone. This is Akhier, and we are back with the SCP Foundation after a couple weeks off. That wasn't intended. I'm not going to go too far into things, just because that would be taking up time. But I had an event from the part-time job I work. Went to amusement park for it, and it ruined my sleep schedule. Just because, obviously it's a free amusement park trip. I'm going to go to the very start of the day to the very end of the day. And I was there from before noon until 7 or something. And that's not including driving there. I wake up normally around 2 p.m. because I stay up late. I work a closing shift and then I do everything after. Especially right now because if you didn't notice, it's a little warm. I want to be quick about this also because it's a little warm and the air conditioner is off, and I didn't turn on the air conditioner I have in my room to try to passively because I don't know how the sound's going to turn out for that. I'd like the sound to be relatively good. Let's see if I go this way. Yes, in the background behind me, it's a sleeping bag. I bought it on sale for the 4th of July and stuff because in August, my sister's family is going camping and they invited me. So that's going to be nice. I'm not going to be more specific because internet. If you don't understand why I'm not saying more, oh, you sweet summer child. Anyway, right, SCP Foundation. I've actually got a short one today. I might actually, depending on how much this takes, I might end up recording right after this a second one. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but, well, not how I'm going to do that, but anyway, 5,047 because we are on a new entry and it happened to roll low. I used random.org and I just 5,000, 10,000, give me a number. And it came up with this number. Apartment hunting. SCP 5047. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. Skip 5047 is currently contained in a standard humanoid containment chamber at Site 17. The description is thus. Skip 5047 is a male humanoid entity manifesting immediately outside several Foundation sites' loading bays. Across its manifestations, the entity has been observed to wear a button-up shirt and khakis. While manifested, Skip 5047 will repeatedly request to be allowed inside, typically by addressing the hidden security camera or passing personnel. Skip 5047's identity has not been matched to any existing person. Skip 5047 was originally discovered on April 23rd, 2018, when the entity first triggered Site-81's security measure while approaching the loading bay on foot. And I just realized I don't have my handy-dandy controller, which makes controlling this easier. Thus, the controller part. Addendum 5047.01. Skip 5047 manifestations. Manifestation number 1, discovery. On the 23rd... these are... yes. Oh, goodness gracious. I've never been good at keeping date formats straight, even though I've only ever been under 1. But this makes it easy. The 23rd of the 4th month of 2018. I was trying to think of April. It's April. The 23rd of April, 2018. Location Site 81. Skip 5047 manifested outside the Site-81 loading bay, triggering security measures. On-site, security personnel were deployed to apprehend Skip 5047, who manifested immediately, or de-manifested, kind of important detail, immediately upon touch. Skip 5047 was cataloged. Manifestation 2 on the 26th April. Yeah. I'm not good with temporal data. The 26th of April. 2018. Site 19. Skip 5047 manifested outside the Site 19 loading bay, triggering security measures. Defense turrets were activated to fire upon Skip 5047, who vanished after being startled by the opening volley. Foundation sites placed on high alert for further appearance of Skip 5047. Manifestation number 3. May. It's 6th of May, 2018. Site 64. Skip 5047 manifested outside Site 64 while the loading bay was open. Skip 5047 remained outside but requested to be allowed in like a vampire. Emergency lockdown procedures were enacted. Skip 5047 expressed frustration and demanifested after 15 minutes. On a timer, I guess. Manifestation number 4. The 9th of May, 2018, Site 34. Skip 5047 manifested outside of Site 34 and requested to be let in. Site Director Reach ordered Skip 5047 be allowed inside and kept under armed supervision. While inside, it wandered the humanoid containment wing and asked if all the cells were occupied prior to returning to the loading bay. Skip 5047 thanked the present security personnel and demanifested once outside. Manifestation number 5. The 15th of May? Yes, May. 2018. Site 17. Skip 5047 manifested outside of Site 17 and requests to be let in. Upon direction of 05 Command, Skip 5047 was allowed to enter Site 17 under armed supervision. While inside, Skip 5047 again wandered the humanoid containment wing before returning to the loading bay and thanking present security personnel. Additionally, it complimented the status of the site, calling it the best I've seen, which as far as we know has 2 sites, including this one, so I guess the other one's the worst they've ever seen. Skip 5047 demanifested once outside. Containment. On the 4th of June, see, they wrote out the month instead of just having a number so I could say it right away. 2018, a containment alarm was activated in Site 17's humanoid containment wing. On location, security personnel indicated no breaches in containment and were instructed to perform a sweep of the area. After approximately 15 minutes, Skip 5047 was located in a formerly empty containment chamber alongside a pregnant humanoid female and various labeled boxes. Upon being questioned as to how they entered the site, Skip 5047 produced an envelope containing $2,800 labeled rent. Well, that's one way to do it. And that's it. Short and sweet. An interesting one. I was originally going to skip it because not that I'm going to skip all short ones, I just like to do meatier ones. I generally gather all the short ones until I can do a bunch of them at once. In this case, I don't know what's going to happen. Isn't that fun? But generally with this story, I find it interesting. Because it's definitely got some implications to it. I might be reading into this a little much, but the Skip 5047. First of all, I would be tempted at the very least, because on containment, they end up in it, but it's not just the Skip 5047, it was the Skip 5047 and a pregnant female. It's a pregnant humanoid female. It doesn't say specifically human. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We don't know. However, I would be tempted. Two things. First of all, I don't think it needs to go any more detailed. However, I would be tempted to add just an extra line here where it's like SCP, like labeling the humanoid pregnant female as SCP 5047-1 or A. Or maybe classifying the male as 1 or A and then the female as 2 or B, just as a clerical thing, because clearly the Skip 5047 as the man is able to manifest around. We don't know if the female is capable of that. Actually, making me wonder. Yeah, no, it's just male humanoid entity. So it doesn't actually say it's a human. So clearly the fact that this is how it's going, the entity, the male entity is, or did it say male? Yeah, male humanoid entity. Clearly they're anomalous just by the fact that they're not right away being just human. Then again, the Foundation tends to be like, no, we won't call them people. We call them humanoid. Because clearly they're not human if they're able to do this. Anyway, that's getting in the weeds. What I will talk about for the second thing is that they manifest at a number of sites. And I pointed this out right away, where it's like, at site 81, 19, 64. And then finally at 34, they're let in. And then at 17, they're let in again. And this is when they go, oh, this is the best I've seen. Now, that could be just like, oh yeah, of these 5 total, this is the best I've seen. It could be, I've seen 2, and this one's the best, so the other one's the worst. However, seeing as apparently it's looking for a place to stay, and it has a family, or will have a family, it has a significant other at this point who is pregnant, and eventually that will become 3 entities. So the child, or however many get born, twins, whatnot, can be -C or -3. Or if you're not counting the male as a separate thing, it's just the blanket SCP. It could be -2 or B. But yeah, they're manifesting out of somewhere. What I would posit is that they are entities, so they're not human. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but I'm going to go with the theory that they aren't human enough to escape the Foundation's eagle eyes. So this entity knows that they're going to end up in the Foundation, so they shop around. It's like, oh, this one's the best. However, where are they coming from? They're manifestating. My theory on this is that this entity is cross-dimensional. It is multidimensional in scope, we happen to be in the dimension where they remained within, while it is entirely possible that it's been to other dimensions, and while Site 34 and Site 17 are the only ones they've actually been inside in this dimension, in reality, they've been apartment shopping, apartment hunting, as per the title of the entity, the SCP file's name. They've been apartment hunting across dimensions for various SCP Foundation areas, and they landed on this one. I would debate them choosing a dimension where the Foundation is, so then again, we don't really know what the Foundation is like here. But otherwise, yeah. So yeah, that's my two things. First, clerical. Not having the pregnant female classified under, oh yeah, this is Skip 5047-B or whatever. That feels a little weird, but that's really just a minor clerical thing where literally just here at the end, it's just like, alongside a pregnant humanoid female, now, whatever, like some technical, like, and it is now referred to as Skip 5047-B in various labeled boxes. And obviously the Foundation went through the boxes, and any anomalous stuff would be separate or whatever. But I'm assuming it's just family stuff, but yeah. So, clerical thing, just like, and the female is -B. And then the assumption that I think this entity is existing wherein it's popping around dimensions, and it was apartment hunting, not just in this dimension's Foundation, where it's like manifests in 5 different places, 81, 19, 64, 34, and 17. It has been to other Foundations in other dimensions. It's like, oh, no. Site 17, this is the best we're gonna get. Which, fair enough. I guess it would know better than me. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, please consider leaving a like below, commenting, or, where's it? I don't have a third hand because I'm not an entity with a third hand. So here again, subscribe, because despite the bit of a gap, I do plan to make this a consistent thing, as it has been, except for the gap, wherein my sleep schedule was ruined, and I didn't have time to record. Oh, and ring the bell. Maybe the ringing of it will keep me awake at night, enough to record more. I doubt it, but, it will make it so YouTube actually thinks, maybe we should serve some of his slop up to you. And it's not slop. I shouldn't say slop. I said slop for some reason, and I'm not sure why. Huh. Oh, I know why. I was watching some stupid nonsense about AI, and that just always makes me think of slop. Because, AI generated content is slop. And if you don't believe that, get out. Anyway, this is Akhier, and I'm signing off.